There's one. Nice one. Oh, big, fat, giant smallie. I gotta get down here. I got it. I'm good. Just stay pegged, baby. Don't break my line. Catching trophy bass in the most radioactive town in America. Stay tuned. Alright guys, thank you for tuning back into the channel. If you're new, thank you for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about fishing the most radioactive city in America. So guys, we're in Canonsburg, Pennsylvania. The creek I'm talking about that I fish that is probably the most radioactive creek in America is Chartiers Creek right here in Canonsburg. I'm going to explain to you guys why Canonsburg is one of the most, if not the most, radioactive towns in America. The disposal site that we have down here at the end of town here in Canonsburg, the disposal site is a former uranium processing site located in the borough of Canonsburg, Washington County, Pennsylvania. The site lies between Chartiers Creek, like I guys told you, the creek down here that I just absolutely wrecked trophy smallmouth bass out of, between Chartiers Creek and Pittsburgh and Ohio Central Railroad tracks. So there's an active railroad that runs right there, as well as there's abandoned like railroad bridge trusses that I fish that you guys have also seen in my videos. And so the former mill processed uranium and other ores at the site between 1911 and 1957. So processing of the radioactive materials at the Canonsburg site, it ultimately resulted in the groundwaters being polluted. Now the groundwaters have obviously recovered because there's fish in there, and honestly there are super huge fish that you guys are seeing as this video goes along, and as I will continue showing you as this video goes along. But Canonsburg has been notorious, a town with radioactive history, of course, because of the uranium dump site down at the end of town. And Madame Marie Curie, you can look this up, I've got her right here on Google, did several studies in Canonsburg. She's also won 2 Nobel Prizes. Back in the 1920s, it was deemed the most radioactive town in America. That would be Canonsburg. The radioactivity levels here are still incredibly high. This is where I live. I don't care. I wreck smallmouth bass out of the creek because I love catching big bass. This creek down here, this is one of the greatest smallmouth bass fishing creeks I've ever been to. There's a lot of healthy places that I've fished in my life. But Chartiers Creek here in Canonsburg that runs all through Washington County here in Pennsylvania, radioactivity, no radioactivity, basically the most I've ever seen in the creek. Now the creek is polluted, but it's polluted from it being in the city with trash and things of that nature. You'll see in there, like I've even seen a tire or rim, you know, things that you see when it's in a city and it's polluted. As for radioactivity, I don't know. They say the town was radioactive. In the creek, the one thing you do see that's a little bit with the radioactivity is some of the bass you catch do have sores on them. I've caught a lot of big smallmouth bass that do have sores on them in there, which obviously is probably from the radioactivity, but I still go up and down that creek. I wreck smallmouth bass, get videos. It's just so much fun. It holds trophy smallmouth bass. Nobody keeps anything out of it because obviously it's polluted, so it just breeds giants. And so smallmouth bass, they move so awesome. So you can go down one day and there'll be nothing. I mean, they'll move 12 miles in a day, smallmouth bass will. So you go down there and there'll be nothing one day, go down to the same hole and wreck 4 or 5 big old 2.5, 3 pound fish. I mean, all the fish that you guys are seeing in this video today and all the clips that are coming through, all of those fish were caught just this year. Most of them on chatterbaits, honestly, from the creek right here in front of Chartiers. So if you're local around here, it's a good creek to fish. You have to get in the creek. There's not really a lot of bank fishing area, but it's a great creek to fish for trophy smallmouth bass here in Canonsburg, the most radioactive city in America. I'm Tyler, All My Larry Fishing. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing.